let's go for this one. Five new cards seems like a good deal for me. And we can pump even more. As promised, 16 damage. And yeah, another red destroyed. Up to 0 ropes. Alright, we return this permanent. We deal 4 damage to this. See? Now we don't get the passive from this. We get to 6 life, we have dudes. Now they will rise the pass and we counter it. And now we can... Oh my god, we can actually play it on this turn! Prepare to feel invulnerable. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today deck that got us undefeated to numbered Mythic, and also it was probably the most requested build since Adarkar hit. Everyone wanted to see Mindsplice Apparatus together with Jeskai Revelation, and if you think that it's only one Jeskai card in the deck that doesn't make a difference, watch the games. This card actually won like every game. Like, this is the difference. With this card, every red player just absolutely hates you because the live game, having 2 blockers and also destroying a creature and blocking another one with the return effect is such a powerhouse that like red decks cannot burst you through this. And I've noticed it makes them really salty. Like you will see for yourself. It's kind of funny because normally when I played control decks, I didn't see this reaction. This is the only build that gets them so irritated because I think of Jeskai Revelation completely blocking their whole hope of top decking a win. With this card in play, they cannot top deck a win. So moment you hit Mindsplice Apparatus, you basically fix everything, and also we are playing Exhales instead of No More Lies. But Sloth, No More Lies is such a good counterspell. Not really in this deck, because No More Lies always costs 2 mana. With Mindsplice Apparatus discounting stuff for colorless, this is actually a 1 mana, basically hard counterspell because you play dragons. And this is also 1 mana, draw 3 cards and discard a card. So this deck goes completely crazy once you set up Apparatus, and you will see it in today's games. But I know you want some action, so with that being said, let's hit the ladder. And if you enjoyed this type of deck, don't forget to subscribe. Have fun, guys. Oh boy, that's a risky hand, not gonna lie, because we might not hit lands, and we're against high rank players, so there is a high chance of, you know, some aggro deck. If we draw 2 lands, we should be fine. We have 26 lands, we should hit something. But I will try. We can get lost, so that will give us a little bit of extra time. Definitely no need for double Mindsplice in the opening hand. You want generally like 1, and Revelation is something you prefer to draw later, but we need tons of them because that's like the main payout. Whenever you see high rank, it's probably a red deck. That's something I've noticed. So yeah. Alright. Okay, so we can play like this, prepare removal, and then we drop this on the next turn. We just need 1 more land and probably a lockdown. Alright, now they know. Like, when you play against this type of ranked player, they generally play around removal, so you won't get free 2-for-1s, you know? As you can see, they are scaling up because they know that we are holding mana for removal. It's not amazing, I need to take this damage, because I don't have another removal. Alright, this is actually a huge draw. Alright guys, with this, our chances just increased. We just need 1 more land. As you can see, the whole gameplay is like basically 2 and 3 mana removal and sweepers. Alright, this will get us... I think I have to kill this. And I think we do it now. This is a tons of damage. I really hope they will play Challenger. I don't think they will, but I'm trying to. They can use the map token to trigger a hero and get some value. They know it's a lockdown turn, so I wonder if they will play around it. So if they use map tokens, they basically maximize the value if I'm about to lock, locking them down. And they are. That's a good play. That's a good play. Our opponent knows exactly what they're doing. Oh, that hurts. It really hurts. This is the land. Alright, guys. I can lock down. Or I can go for the apparatus. I'm not sure how much more they have. I don't know those 3 cards. Oh man, I think I have to. I really think we don't have luxury to do anything else. Like, if I play this, they can kill us, and even if they want, we'll be like in 3, 4, 5 life realm, and then it's very rough. Monstrous Rage go. Bane Splitter, that's a better one, unfortunately. And you can see that if you don't hit like tons of removal every turn, it's just so hard to fight against this deck. This will be a 3-2 permanent, so that's good for them. Definitely not the best draws of the year, you know? This is really bad. I need to drop the Mindsplice Apparatus, I think. I could also go Marang. Alright, so I need to fake removal so they don't pump it too much. Because there is a chance they might kill us. Oh, damage, alright. Guys, how do we do it? Unless you think we just go Marang and try to kill the last thing. I'll take the damage. We're going to 5. Don't forget, they have burn spells. They are playing a lot of lands because they got them from the map tokens, so if they have lands, we wouldn't know. Those are either lands or burn spells. And both of those cases are not amazing for us. If I drop the Mindsplice, I have to go for this. I would love to do anything else. But we actually cannot. We definitely don't need 2 of them. They might be okay, they might have a Braid for Cory builds. Those might be the cards. This could be removal, right? But that's a very optimistic thing to, you know, to hope for. I think we just try to lock it down. This will actually help us a ton, and we have a good counter spell with Marang. So you can see the whole gameplay is mostly us playing lockdowns. Against this deck, that's kinda how you have to play. And now we are trying to stabilize. We need 2 more turns to win the game. Because we drop Mindsplice into this, and moment we live game, we win. Yeah, I think, guys, I think we survived the storm. And this deck has insane potential to stabilize. Moment you cast this, the game is like completely over. Alright, let's drop it. And now we can, oh my god, we can actually play it on this turn. Oh yes, oh yes. Prepare to feel invulnerable. This is exactly the type of stuff. Normal deck would still be able to lose from this. But with Jeskai Revelation, whatever they will play, we just don't really care. How do I want to play this? Yeah, I think we just allow this. They are baiting for response. Every time you see this type of, you know, top 500, 600, they actually play around stuff, and that makes Mono Red so much more deadly than usual. 1 damage, I'll take it. Right? No. No, no, no. There is 1 combat phase. How much they can burn us? I think this could be Burst Lightning with Kicker. I have to... Okay. I know it seems that I'm overthinking it, but believe me, this guy might be holding Burst Lightning, so if they make a hit and I end step this will be exactly 5 damage to my face and I'm dead. So I think we need to do it now. If they double spell with burn, they kill us. I think this is what has to happen. I could also hold another turn. I get extra discount from Mindsplice Apparatus, in which case I can double spell. And then if they cast something, I can steal Revelation, but then I'm losing on Revelation on the next turn. So this is risky. This will die to double burn. A safer play would be to wait 1 more turn, but I won't do it. What can I get back into the hand? I mean, probably a land. They will take the mana from it. No, I will take this. I will actually take this. I don't need to kill it. Okay, they don't have instants. We won. Alright, now this will be very hard. You do it after the combat phase, because now they have all the reign over the game, and they cannot do anything, because all of those are hasted. So they cannot attack anymore, and that means we can answer everything. So basically it locks them out of those cards. And with this, we are basically in complete control. All we need to do is pass a turn, because if you attack, like, you don't win this deck by dealing damage. They just scoop moment they know they cannot kill you. That's why you see this passive gameplay usually from control players, because you actually don't need to have a single win con in your deck. As long as they cannot kill you, they know that they will lose the long game. So let's see. Bro, I hope he won't rope. If he ropes, like a real mono red top rank player, I will lose my mind. That means the pattern never ends until the top of the mythic. And it seems that we actually will be roped. No way, man, come on. And I have to say, this went so much better than I expected. So now we can start having a little bit of fun, just bouncing We literally keep bouncing their lands. We will live gain, we'll draw cards, we'll do everything they ever dreamed of doing, and we can have another revelation. How about drawing more cards? The favorite part of every control player. Let's go. Oh my god, that's the fourth one. I love this deck. This deck is just so perfect. I should have taken the red mana because I cannot double spell. I never expected I will actually be double spelling Revelations here. Bro, I can actually bounce all of their lands, so we take them back to the Stone Age. Man, this is actually so funny. And here you go. That's your explosion. Alright guys, I have a really bad feeling about this one. We have tons of Cardo, which will be great against any non-aggro deck. But we are in Mythic. But this guy is crafty. There is a chance that they won't play aggro. Don't break my heart. Don't play a mountain, bro. If that's a mount... Alright, see? You can sometimes make those predictions. It's a different type of aggro deck. This one is up until 4 mana. And so we'll play this one. This will be a rough game. We need to fish for 1 white mana so we can lockdown. Lockdown is extremely good against their deck, not only because it destroys the whole aggro thing, but also with exile, so Rise the Past doesn't work anymore. Unfortunately, they have the, the thing. That's really bad. And they can start filling graveyard with creatures. That is really bad, and it's only possible because we are on the draw. I mean, that's it. We'll pay 3 life, and let's see what they will play. This also means I will have to go get lost on this, so we kinda are wasting value with the lockdown. This is also a tap land, so it all is a little bit wonky here. I'm not in love with being on the draw here, because it completely ruins our game plan. Now we are forced to answer those things that normally would die to lockdown, so we are basically wasting cards right now. We also allow them to play land and use map, if they have it. However, yep, see? They are getting full extra value from this, and that's not exactly what we want. Probably they don't want this. See, another creature in the grave. So basically, by being on the play, they get like extra benefits on every single step. I could get rid of this board already. Yeah, I will definitely play this. We could also stock up and give them 1 extra turn. I have a ton of lockdowns. So I think we'll try to slow them down. Lockdown on the last turn would be incredibly better, but here I hope they cannot refill very well. Rise the Past is still hitting quite a lot, so that's unfortunate. Like, we're on the back foot super hard. There is a chance this is the only land they had, and they have Rise the Past, they just choose to not use it right now. Alright, I think we play this and try to hit Marang, maybe? We definitely play untapped land. We need 4 mana play probably. Well, if we go Marang, Get Lost will be 4 mana Get Lost basically. Oh man, that's a bit rough one. I think I will go with Marang. We need to hit a lot of stuff, probably another lockdown. I'm pretty scared of Rise the Past because I'm not ready to handle it. I need counter spells for it. Single counter spell for 2 mana and we are absolutely set. Okay. Dice. I need to hit Sunfall, lockdown, and land. Right, they need to die. They need to die. Alright, if we hit right, the game is ours. Let's go, guys. We need to hit either lockdown or Sunfall and the land. We missed all of those. That's bad. I think it's 3 steps ahead. They won't get to enough mana to Rise the Past. Oh man, this is really bad. This is actually really bad. But maybe we can tank this 4 damage. We can counter a spell, that's huge. So I think we'll try to play this. It's better land than the Anchorage in this situation. And we'll try to bait them into only attacking. And then they will grow Amalia after the... Well, during the combat phase, but after the damage. So it doesn't contribute to the damage. Yep, they're going with attack. I need to Mindsplice as soon as possible so I can start, unleashing our real power. 4 damage is acceptable. That's the better part of not playing against, a red deck. They actually cannot scale damage as well. This is something they like. So if they're getting this into the graveyard, even though it's an amazing card, I'm thinking they might have Rise the Past. First, we want to make sure that they make all the decisions not knowing about this apparatus. Apparatus is insane, so if we can hit it right, and you need... It always feels bad to drop it as the main turn play, but moment you untap and get the discount, it feels the best, man. Oh man, I really hoped for, you know, a little bit something else. We need that. Okay, this should be a good tap. I think we have to go for it. We need to keep 1 mana. Those are really bad hits. I need this and probably this because I have a land for the for this turn. And next turn, though both of them are tapped, so they don't matter. I can get lost into counterspell. That has to do it. You know, that has to do it. Warding on Amalia is pretty brutal, but we can live gain later. So I'm not sure how we will play this exactly yet. I probably need to be ready with the counterspell. Also, whenever we kill something, the Blood Witch gets the value, so that's a problem. I think I have to kill Amalia, and instead of taking this damage... Oh man, that I'm taking 4 if I do it. I could just try to hit Sunfall and then we go around ward. We should hit it, probably. Okay, bro, I need to think this one, because we could win this game, if we play it right, I think. So get lost, and then we counter the follow-up, and we have dragons, so we can hard counter everything. Then I go to 5 to 4, and then I go to 2. Oh man, that's so close. But then we can go Revelation on the next turn. This might be a mistake, but I'll try it. I think this should be good enough. Wait. If I ignore it and draw into lockdown, this is 5 damage. Not really different, it's just 1 damage difference. Let's go, guys, let's go. That was a rough choice, in all honesty. Being so low, and also with this drain, it's actually not great for us. And we still need to exile the rest of the creatures, but with Revelation we will have a ton of extra breathing room. That is fine. Here, this is probably the card they will keep. That's good, because we actually know what the next play will be, and we need to... we have 1 single point of mana to answer everything they have. And they wasted all the scries, basically. Yep. That's the discount. Oh, what a bad draw. Alright. If I stock up, I can hit a lot here. And I still can play the Revelation. So I want to hit untapped land into another play. Because it grows our board and makes it easier for us. Yeah, I think we will go like this. Oh, I still don't get the full discount. I was sure that Sunfall is 2 mana already. But it's fine, it's fine. So they... What? Is that on the bottom? Or is... I think they kept on top. Man, I think this is a visual bug. Because I remember they scried to the top, unless I missed something. And now I don't see it on the top. I think it is still on the top. That's a big difference. If they scried down, that would change the game. So, I can Aether Revelation. Returning the Blood Witch. How do they resolve? First you return. Then you deal damage. So first this will go into hand, then this will die. That prevents all the damage, gives us dudes, cards, and life gain. I think this is better, but yeah, I have perfect mana, and then I counter. I think this is the play, guys. I think this is the play. I will try to make this play, guys. I think this should be good enough. They should probably start by attacking and force our response. And I'm doing it now in case they have something that hits attacking creatures. Alright, we return this permanent. We deal 4 damage to this. See? Now we don't get the passive from this. We get to 6 life, we have dudes. Now they will rise the pass and we counter it. Because their idea was to try to force lethal, response, and then go again. Man, I think we played it pretty much. Show you a dragon. Here's the dragon. And that's why this counter spell is so amazing in this deck. No More Lies would be twice the mana. Here, we actually can cast it for a single point of mana, and with this we won the game. Like, look at this, we can just go for 1 mana Marang, drawing a ton of cards, and let's start hitting those revelations. Bro, this was so good. And here we are, man, I think deserved. Alright guys, this is a little bit rough one, I have no idea. I would guess this is a non-aggro deck, in which case we are having a really bad hand. But I will still take it, because we have Dragon, so if you ever get to 4 lands, we can cycle the bad cards and go from there. And if that's not an aggro deck, we should have time to get there, right? And if it is a, you know, an aggro deck, and I will mulligan this, I will regret my life. And here we go, more mono red. The amount of mono red that I'm seeing is actually buffing, man. Like, I kid you not, very often it's like 4 out of 5 games. So yeah, that's great, that's great. And honestly, we kept the hand. They have the best possible openings, but for them, unfortunately, we are better player and we're on the play, which means that we can get rid of all of this, then they go second wave, then we play lockdown again, and that's it. So that will be only 6 damage. See, if I mulligan this, I will regret completely. Like, always assume you are playing against mono red. That's what I've learned. Of course, we need to hit more lands. We are definitely overdrawing Revelations early game, and we don't draw enough lands. Yep, wave number 2. Let's see if they go for village or another creature. This will be a bit rough. I need to hit a land from the top. If I don't draw a land, I might still lose after locking down. Because if I kill this... Okay, I'm actually a good player. Sometimes I'm just surprised how good at the game I am, you know? just naming those lands like there's no tomorrow. So I generally want to go 2 for 1 with this. If I cannot, we just drop Apparatus. I need to make a pause so they hopefully don't pump. This is not super crazy damage, it's just a ton of damage, you know? You know what I mean? Let's see if they pump. I could block it, but then I'd make 0 progress in this game. Right, now the huge question. Do I try to hit Marang or Apparatus? This is already what? 3 damage. I will be at 8. That's a little bit low. But I think we have to drop it as soon as possible. If we don't drop it now, we will never drop it. Next turn will hurt. Thank you. This might have been the most important draw of this game. I would love to play the dragon. This would actually help so much. But I think instead we'll just go with the lockdown, try to get rid of this and force them to draw another creature and pump it enough to deal 8 damage. If not, we will Jeskai Revelation on the next turn. This seems to be the best play we have. I could also go Marang and try to hit removal. But if we miss, we will probably die. And I also need to cast it at sorcerer speed. Because what? Because otherwise they get the trigger, right? So this is important. If they miss a creature, they lost. They missed a creature, they lost. Bro, we are just smorking those red decks today. With this, they have absolutely 0 chance. Like, this is the power of this deck. Moment you hit Mindsplice Apparatus and this, instantly you stabilize like 100%. If you play Dimir Mindsplice Apparatus, there was always a problem with, you know, how do you live game? How do you do it? Here we don't have this problem. Return a permanent. I mean, whatever. Let's go for this one because it's different. The classic approach. Alright, so now we are at 12. They cannot burst us. I think the only way for them to win would be triple lightning strike. And now they cannot kill us anymore for the rest of the game. And what clogged our hand early game right now is insanely win calling. Bro, this is not close. And all thanks to dropping Mindspace Apparatus. Bro, 1 mana draw 3 cards? Yes, 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 please. I should not make this play, but it's too fun to not do, you know? And we still have the Jeskai Revelation. Oh my god, oh my god. I'm not going for the Sunfall. They will never get to the stage of the game where I need to sweep the board. And you know what? We'll just send the message. And as you can see, we have plenty of red mana to cast this every time we want. So, yeah, our opponent is playing what they had before. That's fine. We can always kill it, we can always bounce it. And we have 1 mana counter spell. You want to, you know, attack? Listen, I'm going like this, cause why not? We have plenty of those tokens, and they only have 3 cards, so I want to see how much they will pump it. How much they will pump it. I could just get... Oh, this is so fun, man. And, okay, I want to resolve this. I think we have to manually tap. They might have 2 spells. If I kill this, they will just scoop, man. That's no fun. That is actually no fun. Alright, I'll just win the game. I wanted to have some fun, you know, with our favorite aggro decks. So this is the stage of the game where every control just absolutely shines, and as you can see with Jeskai Revelation, they have no combination of cards that beats you. Like, you have complete control over the game. They could draw 7 cards and you would still win. So yeah, this is this stage of the game, and they're actually still playing. That's an interesting one. I will wait for my turn, because then I can use Revelation to pump the tokens. And I mean, let's go for it. We bounce this, we deal 4 damage here. It just keeps getting better, and of course we'll draw some cards. We have Counterspell, we have Get Lost, and we'll start dealing more and more damage, because now they cannot really do anything to us. So let's hit. And we are at 16, so we actually are getting back to 20 soon. We did 1 more Revelation for it. So yeah, and man, I'm so happy I took the first thingy. I will just try to kill it. They can target it with map, they will do a card, and I do not mind, because first they need to go through those tokens, and even if they do, we can still kill the creature. This is the best hit they could get. This player is doing stuff, you know. They drew 2 cards with single map token, and now they will pump it, sure. And this is non-green, non-white deck, so we can just allow everything. The only problem with Challenger, that is the reason we usually kill it, is that it draws cards. After they draw cards, you can just ignore it. Alright, 6 damage. Go. Go. I mean, I can just win the game. Let's go like this. I usually like to test my limits and see if they can sneak something, you know? And I'm pretty sure they can. Here's the honk for just going on the edge. Oh, I can create a token, but I want more cards. This is more fun. And we will start pumping those tokens on the next turn like there's no tomorrow. Like, you will see, this will be probably like 16 damage or something. But let's see what we draw. 2 lands, probably not the most glorious draw of the year. And let's go. Everything is basically free. We could also go for this if we cared, but now, let's start. First, we get lost. This guy. It should be plains. Yep, that's already lethal, but we are just getting started. And of course we still keep the counter spell just in case. Our opponent just needs to manually tap each one of them. I see a pattern of mono-red players, you know? Let's go for this one. I could create a token copy, but we don't care. We just want to keep playing spells so it looks cooler. They have a play. Let's see what they are trying to do. Burst Lightning, maybe? What you have for us, my friend. You can see that when you are playing at this stage of the game, it's just pure fun, but only for you. Like, your opponent is not having a great time. Especially that if they are trying to go for the rank, they kinda need to like play even like 5-10% games that can give them the win. But I think this is another mono-red player that is actually so salty that they are roping. I tell you, this deck makes everyone rope like crazy if they are playing mono-red. Like, every game is just another rope. Oh, no way, man. Listen, I think this is justified, you know? Let's give them the guideline, how to scoop. Alright, so our opponent will be super salty, another mono-red salty player to collection for this deck. I think the reason they are so salty about this one is that you are spamming those 7 drops, and basically they know they have no chance of beating you in every way, or any way, because you have the live game. That's the biggest part. You have blockers, so they need to go through blockers, then they need to deal extra damage. That means also any burst lightning or lightning strike from the top does not matter at all. So I think that's what makes it them salty, because usually mono red can steal the win by just top decking a burn spell from the top because you are so low. And yeah, with Jeskai version there's like no chance. Like, I played so many Dimir Mindsplice Apparatus decks, and sometimes if you stabilize too late and you don't have any life gain, you have this rough situation, right? Sunfall, because we are ahead. Our opponent actually steals. Let's go for this one. Five new cards seems like a good deal for me. And we can pump even more. And here we go. You can see how much this deck can do. We could pump even more, but as promised, 16 damage, and yeah, another red destroyed, up to 0 ropes. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I did making it. I have to say, Jeskai Revelation makes such a big difference for this deck. If you ever played Dimir Mindsplice Apparatus decks, you know that the problem is that you set up Mindsplice Apparatus very late. Usually it's like on the verge of dying, and then you need to play the whole game from basically behind. And there's always this problem of you have 3 to 5 life, and you need to top deck something that makes, you know, their lightning strikes and burst lightnings not kill you. Especially with a lot of haste creatures, you need instant speed answers. So usually you dig for this counter spell like Desperate Madman, but with Jeskai Revelation, once you have a single one, you just don't care, bro. They cannot do anything to you. Basically, you are removing 2 creatures because 4 damage is enough to kill basically everything, especially that you can a little bit wait until they use the pump spell most of the time with, you know, all the pressure you have with those 1 mana instants. And basically you remove 2 creatures, make 2 blockers, so if you are getting overwhelmed, you can actually play it like when they are attacking before the block phase. So basically you remove 2 creatures, you block another 2 creatures, you also gain life, you also draw cards. Like, this is getting absolutely ridiculous, and they cannot burst you unless you were incredibly behind against like 7 creatures, in which case you should be playing Lockdowns and Sunfalls. That's why we have 7 sweepers. We want to make sure that we clear the board. We are a little bit skimping on 1 and 2 mana removal. Basically we treat Exhale as a bit of a removal, so Lockdowns are super crucial. I also had Impulses in this version, so I think you could try to either get rid of Final of Revelation and maybe 1 or 2 stock-ups or counter spells, and go into Impulses to find Lockdown on turn 3, or the land that you are missing for the Lockdown. However, I like this version because I think it gives you better late game, and I play this deck for the late game. Revelation is a great counter spell, but it's only like tempo counter spell. Your opponent will get the spell back, so you still need some real answers, unless you want to kill them, you know, with the tokens faster than they can recast it. So this is basically approach I prefer. With 1 finale of Revelation, you can literally play the whole game again, but now you are having Mindsplice Apparatus on like 7 counters. Nobody will play against you. Like, when they see so many cards and so much tempo, they will instantly scoop. So this is like your 1 mana, 2 mana win con that can draw you 10 cards and win the game. I like it. Even though probably with Jeskai Revelation, you should count that this will end the game, so you should probably cut this and go for the early game. You know, just to make the deck better, but this is style I'm preferring the deck with, so I usually go with this. And yeah, it has worked for us very well. We ranked up. You have seen all of the games, so that was my full experience with the deck. You know, I've been playing with those Azorius control decks, Jeskai Revelation decks for a while, so if it hits super hard and your opponent cannot do much. However, even though we won all of the games here, to be absolutely fair, in most of the games you have seen, 1 bad draw would make us lose. So this is the classic choice of, can you hit Lockdown on turn 3, you know, stuff like this. So it worked for me, but on average it will be, you know, dicey. If you hit Lockdown, you win. If you miss Lockdown, you lose. This kind of gameplay. If you see mono red, I'm seeing an absolute ton of aggro decks, usually red decks. So that's very often the only matchup I'm seeing on ladder, and even in the unranked when I'm testing the deck. So we will see. But this deck should have a balanced approach against other decks. And honestly, we are actually not going into anti-aggro the most. This is like the classic build to keep you alive. But if we wanted to focus mono red, oh boy, we can cut so much cardo and, you know, high mana sweepers and just go for smites, you know, lay down arms, something like that. Well, maybe not lay down arms, but you get the idea. 1 and 2 mana removal spells, and that would get them even harder. But we are not going for it. We are going for the balanced deck that can beat everything. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. And before we wrap the video up, huge thank you to all of our patrons that are keeping the channel growing and healthy and looking brightful into the future. So really thank you guys, it is super appreciated, and I cannot thank you enough as always. So yeah, I think that's it for the video. Tell me what you think in the comments, I would love to know, and see you guys tomorrow.